Hey, hello there, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about everything that I like about patch 9.2 Eternity's End. Now, this is a two-parter. There's also going to be another video with everything I dislike about patch 9.2, so please check that out also. But this video specifically is going to focus on everything I enjoy and everything that I like about patch 9.2. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0 Alpha Beta, any other MMO content, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Okay, so I wanted to do this video for a very long time. It's one of those videos that I kind of had to wait for the entire PTR cycle to kind of finish up and just give my overall thoughts. Now, if you don't know, I do stream on Twitch and I do play a ton of the PTR and I see the whole development cycle essentially. And if you want to see that kind of stuff, then yeah, you can check out my Twitch, which I just shouted at anyway. We're going to talk about what I like. What do I like about patch 9.2? Well, there's a few bits. There's definitely some bits. I kind of found about, weirdly enough, I found about 10 of each. But yeah, as I said, we're going to talk about likes. So, first and foremost, I really like the aesthetic of the zone, Zereth Mortis. Zereth Mortis is a bright, colourful zone. My two favourite zones in World of Warcraft are Tanaris and Nagrand, and this is kind of a combination of the both, because it has the desert area and it has the grassy area, and with floating rocks and all that kind of stuff. So I actually really enjoyed the zone. I enjoyed my time in there on the PTR, and honestly, even if the quests are exactly the same as Korthia, I would still have a better time just because it's brighter and nicer and the creatures are fun and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just a nice looking zone. It's so nice to be out of the moor and Korthia and that grey and dark and boring aesthetic to actually have something really bright and nice to actually play around in. Now, the other thing I like is actually the story. Now, the story itself is not amazing, I'm not going to lie, but the actual questing, the actual story chapters and things like that is kind of interesting. There's some fun stuff in there, some great cutscenes, which are going to be even greater when they do launch, because I think there's going to be some like kind of fully rendered cinematics as well, which aren't on the PTR right now. So I think that is going to be really cool. The story is going to play out in 7 chapters, originally 8. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But as I said, the story is really good. The voice acting is really great as well. I love the voices of the brokers. I love their accents. It's amazing, and I can't get enough of it, and I probably won't get enough of it because we're going to be in this patch for what, like 10 months or something like that. So the story is, yeah, it's okay. As I said, story, meh. Quests, actually not too bad. Another thing I like about the zone, on the art side of things, is the creatures. The creature models are fantastic. It's kind of creatures you've seen before, so you have like the frogs, you have like the toolbugs and things like that, but they have kind of a Zereth Mortis spin on it, and Zereth Mortis has a very specific art style of this kind of grey and like light coming out of it and very blocky, and you see these kind of creatures, and a lot of these are mounts as well, which is actually really nice to see. So yeah, you're going to ride basically everything in the zone that you see, which is really cool, through the Protoform Synthesis system, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, the creatures in general, I love the colorations of them. I also like the placement. I think one thing that I can appreciate is that it's not like Argus, and it's not really like Korthia where you're running around and you're constantly in combat and it's annoying. It's actually kind of nice. A lot of the stuff, you know, stays off the path, and the creature density isn't too intense, so you can kind of survive by running around. Obviously, you'll unlock flying eventually, but actually running in the zone is not a bad experience at all, so you don't need to worry too much about rushing to go get flying, because it's not actually the end of the world. Now, I did briefly touch on it just then, but Protoform Synthesis. This is the new mount creation and battle pet creation system of Zereth Mortis. I do have a full video covering that system. Essentially what it is, it's Mechagon crafting, but for pets and mounts, and it is kind of fun. It's really enjoyable. It's fun to grind out those mounts. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of like farming of Genesis motes. That's like the currency you're going to need the most of, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a deterministic way of finding these mounts and getting these mounts, whereas in Korthia and previous zones where you have to kill a bunch of rares. There's only one rare in the zone, Kudhirukon, who drops a mount, but that's literally only one in the entire zone that drops a mount. So Protoform Synthesis, if you're a mount collector, if you're a casual, if you're a person that enjoys that kind of stuff, that is going to be the system for you, and as I said, it's not too bad. It's kind of fun. The guys over at Wowhead have been slowly finding all the schematics. I'd imagine all of them will probably be found by the time the patch launches, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, and there's probably going to be some add-ons tied to that. I do have a problem with the system, but we'll talk about that in the dislike video. Now, this list isn't major things that I like, but a very minor thing that I like, and oh my god, the best. You can actually skip puzzles. So remember those puzzles in Nazjatar that were world quests and things like that? You can actually skip those if you have enough Pokepoke energy. Pokepoke energy is very easy to come by. You don't need to worry about that. I honestly haven't even looked at it since the PTR launched, but it takes 9 Pokepoke energy to just skip those puzzle quests. So if you don't want to do the puzzle, there's an option just to skip it with 9 energy, and that's it. Bang. World quest is done, and you get the rewards, and that's really great. Thank you, Blizzard. I actually like the puzzles, but I know some people don't, and some of them are super hard as well. A little bit confusing, but yeah, overall, That's great. I love that. Thank you. Another cool little thing is actually the weekly quest. Remember, the weekly quest in Korthia is now actually a bi-weekly quest in Zereth Mortis. So this will actually pop up twice a week to give rep and rewards and things like that. So it'll give you something to do. It's not just going to be like a Wednesday or Tuesday thing where you just smash out that quest and that's it. You'll actually have something else to do during the week because it will pop up twice. Now, is that a good thing for everyone? Maybe not. It's a good thing for me, I enjoy it, but for other people, maybe that's not a good thing, but I kind of like the fact that it does pop up twice. I thought it was a PTR meme. I thought it was something like broken on the PTR, but it turns out that is actually the intention, that it will pop up twice in a 7-day period. The final thing I kind of like about Zereth Mortis, and this was just a list I kind of popped out of my head. I'm sure after I make the video, I'd be like, oh, I also like this and this and this, but whatever. They have added a Forge of Bonds and a Anima deposit in Haven, which is the kind of hub of Zereth Mortis. So the Forge of Bonds, obviously, to drop your conduits off, Anima deposit to drop your Anima off. I know they added one to Korthia, but they added it after the fact in, what, 9.15 or whatever it was. So that's kind of annoying, but this is actually here from patch 9.2, and it's there. It's literally right there, right by the lake. You can drop off all your Anima that you get. You get a ton of Anima in Zereth Mortis as well, so that's going to be super handy. And the Forge of Bonds, just, wow. Like, I don't need to go back to my Covenant Sanctum anymore to do that. It's so good. Thank you, Blizzard. That should have been in Korthia, by the way, or in Oribos. But yeah, Forge of Bonds, you can add new conduits and upgrade conduits in Zereth Mortis instead of your Covenant Sanctum, which is fantastic. Another thing I think is actually done really well is actually the Cosmic Flux grind. Now, this could change. This could change at any minute, but as of right now, the PTR, this is actually really good. It drops absolutely everywhere, kind of like Echoes of Nyalotha, but it drops loads. Like, the named chests in Zereth Mortis are dropping 200 apiece. For context, to upgrade your Legendary from 261, I think it is, or whatever the cap is right now, to 291, it's actually 2,000 Cosmic Flux, nothing else, no Soul Ash or Cinders. It's 2,000 Cosmic Flux, which is, what, 10 chests? And then when the Creation Catalyst comes out in 2 months, which we'll talk about in the other video, that's going to be cheap as well. So you would have farmed so much of that in 2 months. You can literally get like 500 plus a day just from random activities. Like, you know, chests drop it, dailies drop it, world quests drop it, rares drop it. It's literally everywhere. I think it's in Mythic Plus as well. I think it's in raiding. I think it's absolutely everywhere. So that is actually really cool. And I'm happy they didn't nerf that to the ground because that would be really annoying. So yeah, Cosmic Flux is good. It's good. I'm happy with that. The next words I actually thought would never come out my mouth, ever, is actually Torghast. The Jailer's Gauntlet is really, really, really great. Yeah, the boss rush mode. The boss rush mode of Torghast is actually super great. It's exactly what Torghast should have been from the start. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend going and try it. It's a lot of fun for your class. You get to, you know, piss around in Torghast just against bosses. You get a ton of really epic powers and you get super, super powerful by the end, which makes it really satisfying. It really reminds me of like Alpha and Beta Torghast back in Shadowlands Alpha Beta, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, this is great. And as I said, there's a mount, there's a title, there's a pet, there's some other stuff, there's a bunch of achievements as well. So I recommend going and checking out the Jailer's Gauntlet. It was dropping Soul Ash and Cinders. I don't think it is anymore, but I have to check that. But that is definitely something I recommend trying out if you're at a loose end in patch 9.2. And finally, the final thing that I like about 9.2, and this is probably controversial, is actually the Darkmoon dance party. Yep, I'm a casual, I like fun things, I like things that are different, and this is actually really different and really fun. This is the Darkmoon Dance Party. This is the Dance Dance Revolution thing in the Darkmoon Fair. It uses cinematic technology with kind of a quick time event type style. It's really fun to look at. The music's really good. They actually added the music last build, and it's really great. It's like remixes of old songs. Super worth it. There's a couple of achievements attached to it, which will just keep you occupied for a couple hours if you want to do that. I got really frustrated with it because I was doing it on stream. Too many distractions, but I recommend just zoning out, listening to the music, having a good time with it. Don't take it too seriously. Don't be angry that we're not going to get another tier because of this. It's probably a different team, right? It's probably some random guy just pissing around with the cinematic technology and had a good time with that. So just don't take it too seriously. Have a good time with it, and that's what I really like. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. That is a list of the things that I really like about patch 9.2 Eternity's End. As I said, there is a dislike video, so if you want to check out the dislike video, everything that I don't like about the patch, please do click the link in the top right of this video right now, or in the description of this video. I'll leave a link down there. I'm not sure which one I'm going to post first, but we'll see. And it'll be interesting to see how this video ages and how you guys feel about the patch when it launches on February 22nd. So that's very soon. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you hadn't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0, Wrath of King Classic, any sort of World of Warcraft, any sort of MMO content, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.